channel, Once Upon a Wonder. My name is Lauren, and whether you are new here or returning, thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy you're here. So I'm here today with a collab for you all. This one was probably much needed. So it is a pin organizing collab. This collab is being hosted by Heather from Arias Disney Fun. There are quite a few other channels taking part as well. I will absolutely link them all down below. I cannot wait to watch. It's January. I've been purging. I've been organizing, selling, trading, all the above. So I cannot wait to see everyone else's, how they organize, so I can get some ideas of my own and kind of get a handle on all of this. So I'm going to spin you all around and kind of show, I guess, how I organize like my pin stuff, my supplies. I'll show you kind of how my pins are on boards now. And then I do want to at least get one board kind of purged and reorganized on a new board. So I'm at least gonna get one of those done and I'll take y'all along. So again, go watch everybody participating. I cannot wait, but let's get started. So I'll show you kind of my storage bin as well here, kind of how I organize my pin trading stuff. So it's just one of these standard plastic storage bins that you can get anywhere. I try to keep it organized, so this is just a bag literally from Temu. It is cute, I have to say. These are a few of my favorite things. And it has my, as you all pin collectors know, millions of pin backs in here. These are little plastic sleeve envelopes, and they have all my backer cards. So I have two, I think, full of like Disney backer cards, and then this one is a little older. It's not as full yet, but it's all like Loungefly backer cards. And then I use these little stickers to write, you know how all the Disney backer cards have, you know, you can't tell which pin is which once you take it off. So I try to put a sticker on there with what the pin is, so I'll remember kind of which backer card goes to which pin. Unfortunately, I didn't do this when I started pin trading, so I'm sure I have the cards for pretty much every pin I have, but I have no idea in my early pins what pin goes with which backer card. If I can kind of remember, I'll match it, but I'm getting better about this to match up to the pins that I have now. Some are kind of obvious, you know, when you have like really nice, unique backer cards. I wish they would do more of that, but unfortunately they do not. So there are those. I try to keep those somewhat organized. Okay, down here I just have a nice little zipper pouch that I put random things in. I think right now it's just these really handy little, I don't know what the scientific term is to pop your pins off the boards, but these are so nice and they save the heck out of your nails and they're easier on the pins. So I think I have a couple of these in here. Really, really like them, but I'll stick other random stuff in here too. Just some tape. Here's these labels for the pin backer cards. I have just these little glue dots. I think I got these for something else and stuck them in here because they're very handy. I have like envelopes. I have some different size when I mail pins. These are just nice little drawstring bags. These are more backer cards. These might be ones, those older ones I was talking about, that I'm not sure where exactly they go to. So I do have them, just not 100% sure what pins they go to. Oh well. I got more little labels here. These are just some of these like jumbo Loungefly boxes that I don't want to give away. I'm just not sure exactly what else to do with them, so I do have them in here. Whenever I have bubble wrap, I put it in here as well. And then these are pins. Like these are the carousel pins, the monthly carousel pins from 2025 that I still am trying to complete. I do not have them on a board yet because I want the full set before I like frame them. So I'm just trying to keep them safe in bubble wrap and just keep them in here. Same with these. These are pins I have decided to trade. So there are those. There's just kind of my box where I try to keep my pin stuff organized. Like I said, we do not have a big house, so I gotta try to keep as organized as I can. Doesn't always work. So there's that. These I have all out currently because it is we are about to enter into a trade arcade weekend, and these are all my traders. So that's why they're all out. So I just have this little mini pin folio. I usually take this one to the parks. Got it open there. And then, so these are just pins. I was recently in the park, so it's kind of just picked over. These all are still traders right there. And I have some of the Wave Bee Hidden Mickeys. Same with this one as well. It's another pin folio, just a little bit bigger. Opening it up again, it's kind of picked through, but this is the one I just had in the parks as well. So I usually like pack both of these stocked with pins, and then I'll kind of reload this one each day and take this one into the parks and kind of just leave this one in the room just so I don't have to carry both. And then these are the ones that stay home. These are both case it binders. I learned about these from the amazing Debbie from the Disney Nonna. I believe she is taking part in this collab as well. So she's the one that actually recommended these binders, and they really work so well. They're like school binders. So this one, okay, so this one has carded pins. And they're in like baseball card sleeves. She actually recommended in another video, I believe they're coin sleeves for like coin collectors, and they work even better because they have tops on them. Because these, you know, the pins kind of slide out at the top. So she recommended coin sleeves. I'm going to look into those because these do slide out, and if they work better, I'd love to try them. So these are kind of just all carded pins. Again, I haven't gone through them in a while, and they're all for trade currently. So, and it fits, you know, quite a few pins. Some are a little hard with the back of like these bigger backer cards, but you do what you can. So some I can't like fill up, although I can't put pins in all of them because the backer cards are too big. But what are you gonna do? So these are all current traders, and I know I could add a few more sleeves in here as well if I wanted to. Like I do have one of the Pooh sets over here that obviously won't fit. And then these are new as well with really big backer cards. And these are big pins, so I don't think they'll fit in here as well. And I don't want to cram them in. So we leave them over there. So we'll put this over to the side for a second. And then this one this was my first one, I think. And I was able to put 3 of the Go Pin Pro, I don't know what these are called, sleeves. But it fits 3. I could probably fit another one in here, to be honest. I haven't tried, but I might need some more. So that I might have to try that out. So again, these are just traders, no particular order, and it does have the plastic sleeve in the middle. There's that. These are all over the place right now. But like I said, there's a trade arcade this weekend, and that's where we're at. So there's some on the back, and I actually just put some bubble wrap back here just for these pins on the back. I could probably reorganize and put them on 1 or 2 right now, but this is a result of kind of purging my Hercules collection. That's why there's so many in here right now. So there's that. So that is how I store my traders. I don't have tons and tons and tons, so this works for me. Don't look at the other part of the bed. This is our guest room. We're leaving for a cruise next week. I'm also staging clothes over here. This is a catch-all room. But this works for me. And then I have these and this. Where my problem is probably board space. But like I said, I have been purging and things like that. So here are the white boards that I'm going to be reorganizing onto. I'll show you my actual pin collections, how they are now in just a second. But these are just more rectangular. I haven't used these before, but they're linen and they look really nice. They're lightweight. They do have a little string, which is kind of cute. I forget which size these are. I think I threw away the box. But I have 2 of these, and I might end up needing more, but I kind of wanted to test them out. And then these are the full-size regular cork boards. but they're linen, so I think they're lighter as well, but I think it'll be softer on the pins than these cork ones are. So I got 3 of these, and I'm going to reorganize 3 of the boards that are currently in the hallway, and I'll show you those as well. All right, so here are pretty much how the pin boards are currently. I have big and small ones. So over here we have my Robin Hood, and then this one is kind of my attractions, resorts, parks board, kind of a mishmash. And then up here is kind of a travel collection / park. And then we got Winnie the Pooh. That's my oven. We got Treasure Planet, and then at the bottom we have Great Mouse Detective. And then spinning around over here is kind of the other end of our tiny hallway. This is all my tower stuff. So I got 2 canvases there. And then up here, which probably I've never even shown, is a completely random pin collection. They're just pins that I like that don't go in any of my other collections. So there's that as well. This one, and then these 2 are going to be, I'm going to kind of reorganize and restructure and put them on the white cork boards that I got. So I got 3 big white ones like this size. I just want them all this black. Obviously, as you can see, is looking a little rough. This cork is really hard. And I kind of want to go through these and organize them a little better. Maybe pull some out, add some, trade some. I don't know. I just really need to kind of go through them. But I want to put them all on the white cork boards. I think actually they're more linen boards. So they'll just look kind of fresh and nice, new, organized. This one up here, I love this whiteboard, but it's just outgrowing it. So I got a bigger one. Again, I want to go through those. Some of those might need to come to attractions. Travel maybe needs to be separate from Disney. I don't know. We got to go through that. And then I think I have another whiteboard, a smaller one as well. And I think I'm either going to move my Winnie the Pooh or my Beauty and the Beast one in the guest room. I'll show you that one. I might need to get some more of like the little bit bigger white ones. But then I can kind of take the Great Mouse Detective and the Treasure Planet off these black random felt and get them on the white. So we're just going to move things around a little bit, restructure, reorganize. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So this is one of my pin boards. This is my completely random pin board collection. Got it off the wall. And I wanted to move it from this black cork board over to this white one over here. I already have some other pins that I would like to go onto that board. Here's my little pin puller thing. So 2 things, looking at this board, I already see pins I'm not really attached to anymore. I've had this board for a long time. I have not gone through it in a long time. And I'm seeing some pins I no longer need in my life. So while I will be organizing, I will also be purging. Not a bad thing. I will be adding a bunch of pins to my traders, it looks like. So I'll show you those at the end. If you're interested, let me know. This pin board over here is a touch smaller than this black one. So it might not be a bad thing that I am purging. So I'm going to pull everything off and start reorganizing onto this board over here. I will not make you watch all of it. I'll kind of show you as I go along here, just kind of my process and how I kind of reorganize and purge and move pins from one board to another. So let's go. Gotten them all unattached from the board. So like I said, sorry, they're a little scrambled right now. Like I said, there are quite a few on here now that I really don't need anymore. They're not speaking to me. I have limited space, like I've said, so I really kind of got to be picky sometimes. I do still want to keep a random board, but I'm definitely going to clear a lot of these out so I can add more on. And then, you know, like 5 years from now, I'll do this again. So I'm going to go through these now and kind of move the ones I definitely want to keep onto this linen board here. And the ones I keep left behind, the ones that get left behind, will probably become part of my traders. Not a bad thing to once in a while go through your pins and kind of purge, and if they don't speak to you, make room for new ones. Nothing wrong with that. And it's time, it is overdue, so let's do it. Okay, so kind of went through my first purge here. Geez, I have still maybe half this board still on this board as a potential to get rid of. So I'm not sure yet. I might pick a few more. And then over here, I kind of just laid out in no particular order or rhyme or reason the ones I definitely want to keep. So I might do a second look here and then start working on this board. And then if I, you know, look back and be like, oh my gosh, I need this one, it'll slide over. If not, they will be going to the trading books. So I kind of like to start in the middle and just kind of work my way out. Everyone does this differently, I'm sure, but I kind of like to start with like a figure or a centerpiece pin and then kind of work my way out from there. Because this is a random board, there really is no rhyme or reason to it. We're just gonna kind of lay things out and see what happens. Now, I know the carousel princesses are up at the top kind of on their own, but the idea is I do want to have them separate if I finish the collection. So I don't know when that will be, and I kind of like when they're all together. I think it's kind of pretty, but they do stand out a little bit. So this is what I have going on right now. I kind of try to spread out like the real big pins and then obviously fill in with like smaller ones, like this little tiny Kingdom Rice Krispie. I'm just gonna pop in in a minute when I see like a little blank space. But I think I'm pretty good with this, so I think I'm gonna actually push them into the board and make them kind of permanent. So here we go again. Okay, so yes, these are the pins that will be added to my traders. I'm happy with what I kept. I went through them a few times and I think I'm good. So these will be going up for trade. And then I'll show you the board I just hung up. Okay, so there's the board I just hung up. It just is in the same place, right above my tower artwork. But I have still plenty of room on here. And again, as I get more, I do kind of reorganize on the board. I'm happy with the ones I kept. I got a good mix here. I'm actually looking and like this is a carousel progress pin, and I do have some more carousel progress that might find their own board someday or soon. I'm not sure. We'll see. So this is kind of my process, just purging and then reorganizing and putting them back up for display. So there you go. Okay, y'all, thanks so much for coming along with me on this journey. Here's the new board over here. I cannot wait to do the other ones. It does take a little bit of time, but it's kind of fun to do. It's just the matter of like getting your stuff together, sitting down and doing it, just like anything else. Also, excuse my appearance. We are literally getting hit with a winter storm this weekend, like I'm sure most of you all are too as well. I'm not sure. So I don't have a huge huge reason to really get too dressed or made up. So it is a good weekend for this collab and to get some pin organized. I hope y'all are safe this weekend as well. Please be careful out there. We're in the Northeast. We're kind of used to this stuff. We're not sure what we're gonna get, but I hope y'all are okay. Just my little tangent. So thank you to Heather for organizing this collab. Everyone go watch everyone else, all these channels linked down below. I cannot wait to give me something to do during this winter time. So yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Please comment below your tips for organizing. I would love to know. Also, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'd love to have you. That is all I got for y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.